there are certain things that incels talk about or that occur within the subreddits, etc., that I think are valid. And so for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I see the Western world as basically being a tale of two societies right now. One of them is, as you accurately pointed out, Nick, this oversexed hookup culture that is degenerate. You've got women like, Toronto chair girl with her taws hanging out, throwing chairs off balconies, acting like an absolute moron. And then you've got this really undersexed society. And of course, I'm saying this as a Christian, we have certain, morals that we want to work towards, et cetera, et cetera. But there are people who want to have sex and want to be in relationships that aren't getting that. Now, I wanted to share a couple of statistics with our audience and then have you guys kind of respond to everything that we lay out. So first of all here, the share of Americans not having sex has reached a record high. The share of U.S. adults reporting no sex in the past year reached an all-time high in 2018, underscoring a 3-decade trend. That is a long time, marked by an aging population, fine, and higher numbers of unattached people. But among the 23% of adults, or nearly 1 in 4, who spent the year in a celibate state, a much larger than expected number of them were 20-something men. According to the latest data from the General Social Survey, the portion of Americans 18 to 29 reporting no sex in the past year more than doubled in the last 10 years. And it goes on to another study over here. It's not just you. New data shows that more than half of the young people in America don't have a romantic partner. Now, part of the reason why I'm bringing up this second study is because this is not just about sex. We're not here trying to push, young people. That's not what it is. It's this idea of usually throughout history, people in their 20s were not dating and hooking up on Tinder. They were courting towards an eye towards marriage. They were getting into relationships. And so the sort of natural healthy outlet of, relationships and the sort of things that happen there was occurring. But all of that seems to be mixed up and jumbled in this chaotic, upside down, and disordered world that we now live in. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. I hang out with a lot of young, attractive, intelligent, frankly, men. And many of them, what I understand from what they've told me, is that they're not incels so much as ball cells, that is voluntarily celibate, because I'm sorry for the young-based women that watch us, and I know that we have a lot of good women who watch this, but they're sort of degenerate. And, I see it sometimes, even when I go to church, I see girls there in hot pants, and I'm thinking, and yoga pants, okay? And I'm thinking like, okay, I know, Ben, you're like chomping at the bit. You're like, I was a 20-year-old man, just like go after it, is what you're thinking.
So weird. I don't know. From everything you just read, I always just said, okay, that's probably like 90% accessibility to pornography, because it's saying that they're not having sex. That's not true. They're having sex with themselves. They're probably beating the bejesus out of themselves. So it's not sex.
Okay, thank you.
I'm saying,
Happy Lent, everyone. Happy Lent. We're going to put a little warning on the top of the show.
Saying, let's be honest about what's happening. I think if you're a guy, like you could go, oh, well, I could ask out Jasmine or whatever, or I can just take care of this thing and get on with my life.